why is it that my physical standards for you are so much more stringent than vice versa? Because right now you're in far better shape than I am. Why is it that
I don't think
my
you hold me to a different standard.
say again?
I don't think you hold me to a different standard.
Well, I mean, I'm not in the best shape I can be, and you're damn near in the
Yeah,
best shape you can be,
been times where I've been 20 pounds heavier, and
but you're not.
not right now.
Are you telling me that you're planning on gaining 20
No.
pounds? Oh.
No, and I mean, also as I get older, I mean, I'm 46 years old. I ain't got a lot of wiggle room here.
Okay.
Like, I'm not getting more attractive. And you know what I mean? Like, my skin's not getting better, all this other stuff. So the least I can do to help sustain our relationship is to look as good as I possibly can. And, and it makes me happy to see you enjoy it.
And not only that, we always hear the saying, what do you bring to the table? Um
Devon, I like that you said the balance of power. I like that you mentioned that
Yeah.
because I think in between woman and man there is balance of power that we have to be sexually attracted for men. That's our job because we are females.
Mm-hmm.
We are beauty. Of course, we are more than that.
Right.
But
that's your
in
primary agency.
relationship,
Yeah.
yes. So if he James, that's not too bad for him. But if you, that's gonna be the balance of power. That's your power.
Yeah.
That's your woman power, being beautiful and
What it really comes
for
down,
him.
that's a very good point. And what it really comes down to is how can I put this? If I were like if I were hot, if I looked like Chris Hemsworth, but I was broke, this relationship wouldn't work.
No.
By the same token, if she had all the SEO talent in the world and helped me with the business, but she was twice the weight she is now, that wouldn't work. And that just goes to show that a woman's primary agency, not her only, a woman's primary agency is the way she looks. Because if a woman is not sexually attractive to a man, she's not getting in the door. On the other side of the coin, if a man doesn't show at least indirect markers of success, et cetera, then that's not going to be attractive. That's not going to be attractive either. Okay. Last question. I've actually got a two-part question for all of you. Devin,
Okay.
what does your life look like 5 years from now? And what does your life look like when you will be 50? Now, 5 years from now, you'll
I'll
be
be
51.
51.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Answer it.
Oh man. Hopefully we're doing more of this,
Mhm.
kind of traveling around. I would like to have a home in the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
probably Nevada.
Reno.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn how to ski and I want a garden. So like
Oh yeah, I'm a
I want
gardener.
I want to be able to grow my own food and cook it at the
Okay.
same time. So just happy house,
Happy spouse.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's fun to meet new people. It's good doing the CME. It's great networking and meeting people and bringing them together. Like that's really that helping people is something that I've never been able to really do before, other than like with their website. So this is the last 7 years, and then if thinking about the next five, I it makes me excited.
Good.
So like I mean I don't dream about cars or vacations or anything like. Although you do owe me a trip to Kauai.
I do. I do.
But yeah, well, I quit drinking, so that was like our deal.
All right. That's exactly right.
So yeah, my life is good. I think I don't see a lot of change, to be honest. I hope there's not a lot of change.
Yeah. As long as you keep your shit together.
Yeah.
I see. What does your life look like 5 years from now? What does your life look like when you're 50?
5 years ago, if it wasn't for Fresh and Fit, I probably would have still been on the pole. Um, let's put it like that. And we've been, like how you said, we've been helping a lot of people. And like
Mm-hmm.
within my works with the girls that we bring in, I've actually helped a lot of girls' relationship issues out. Like, the ones that
good.
actually sit down and listen and
Yeah.
actually become base. So it's nice working with that. When I'm 50, I would love to achieve everything that I want to achieve. My big goal that I really have is I used to be adopted, so I want to have an orphanage. I
Oh,
want to be able to provide for the children and make sure they go to great homes and not be abused, because
Yeah.
that's kind of something
That's
that a
the
lot
thing.
of foster children go through. But that's really something that, like, before I die, that's something that I really want to put all my money towards. And probably I don't know. I'm not looking to be somebody's wife, but maybe a baby mama. Um, you know, I want 2 more kids, so.
Okay. All right. Well, an orphanage is a good way to do that. That's for sure. Sebastian, where's your life what does your life look like at 30 and what does it look like at 50?
Well, at 30, I hope to have my first kid.
Okay.
Hope to find, I guess, the one of my dreams or the one that I have settled down with and just start building a family because I've always wanted to have a really big family, like
Mhm.
7, 8 kids.
Mhm.
So that takes a lot of time
And sex 10 times a day, right?
for sure.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just in that phase of building the actual foundation to be able to support all those types of dreams.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been pretty good so far. Now I'm just kind of looking for that woman because that's a very big investment. And if you make the wrong one, that could really haunt you for a lot of years. But as far as 50, my end goal is to build a church where I was born in Puerto Rico.
Wow. How about that?
And also an orphanage as well, because I had great parents. Like, still talk to them almost every day. And
Oh, wow.
I want to give those kids that don't have any parents something to build them up. Because if you don't have good parents, then
Yeah.
times out of 10, you're probably gonna be a shitty person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying if you don't have parents, you are a shitty person, but
Yeah, but and listen, I take full responsibility for my life, right? Like all the mistakes I've made, it's because of me. But it would be disingenuous of me to sit here and say that my upbringing didn't influence my decision making to some degree. Here I am at 45 years old. I have finally figured it out. It is what it is. I like the goals.
See, my mom was married at 16. She's been with my dad since she was 13. He was like 2 years older than her, right? My mom was one of 7, so it was just like get these kids out of the house as quickly as possible. And you know, by the time she was 21, she had me. I was 8 months old. My sister was 4, and my dad passed away. So there you are, 21, 2 kids, like, uh-oh, you like we all think life is over for this girl. But my mom met my dad a few years later, and I call him my dad because he's been my dad since I was 2 years old. You know, they got married when I was 6, and, you know, hey, stepdads are awesome type of thing. But I get what you're saying about how helping children, even indirectly, can have a long-term impact. Now, my family lives here in Florida. I wish I told him I was here. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to visit with him.
Dude, yeah, we're not gonna be here.
But you know, they're still together. They're still married. And so, even though my upbringing was a little bit different than, you know, the traditional two-parent family type of thing, I still feel like I grew up with all of those values and all of the good things that are supposed to come out of that. So, you know, it's interesting. Like Don, one of the first 2 questions he ever asked me was, "Are your parents still together? And what's your relationship like with your dad?" And I didn't know that those were going to be the like 2 main interview questions of like, you know, like for our relationship. But it's very interesting. I don't know. I'm all about helping kids.
no, for sure. And one of the reasons why I do want to have a lot of kids, not only because I'm very family oriented, but I watched this podcast, Patrick Bet-David. He's a businessman,
Yeah, PBD.
great guy, and he kind of had this whole bit about if you're a good leader, if you're a good man, you should have as many kids as possible to make other leaders and just make the world a better place. So that's something that's always stuck with me.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
I believe, you know, I'm a high man of character with a lot of confidence, a lot of ambition. So I'd like to pass it on to as many people as possible. And the best way to do it is by raising kids. Because to me, right, a king can be anybody, right?
Sure.
A king is somebody it basically gets passed down to.
Yeah.
But it's different being a kingmaker.
Yeah.
When you're able to build other kingdoms with other
Mhm.
people because your lessons are so strong and you have such character that can be passed down.
Wow, very good. Excellent.
That's like my personal trainer, her husband. They have 3 daughters. And he just went into coaching. He's just like,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
gonna coach
Awesome.
basketball, soccer, you name it, I'm PE, whatever. Like that's what he does. And
He's a
so-
good dude.
Yeah.
Very good dude. Lorenzo, what is your life going to be like at 25 and what is your life going to be like at 50?
So since we're twins, we're business partners, we have a lot of the same goals. We talk about having kids before we're 30.
Mhm.
Kind of marriage is a big deal. My parents are happily married. 26, 27, 25.
Good God Almighty. I haven't done anything for 25
and
years.
and the crazy
Except breathe.
thing is their love keeps getting bigger and better.
Wow.
Ever since we left the house about 2 years ago, they just had something ignite inside of them that they go out more like it's amazing to see because it's inspiring.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we believe in love and we believe in marriage because of them. So yeah, in the next 5 years, married, hopefully have my first kid. And then when I'm 50, if I even make it that far, same kind of deal, pass something on. With the amount of things we got on right now, multiple businesses, writing books for kids now. Um, we want to pass something down to our family because we're the oldest males in our family. And we
Oh,
have 6 other cousins, all younger than us, males.
okay. Okay.
And
Wow. Wow.
and it's a privilege that all of them look up to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've actually had our hands in the way they've developed, which is just a blessing to see because a lot of them kind of mimic our actions. They like to work out, they like to learn about money.
Breath nice.
They don't compete, but it's
I was gonna say there's no. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say they
But-
they can try as they might, right?
but it's infectious to pass an idea down and then see it grow through somebody else. And I think that's something that every man um, has to kind of shoot to get to. And that's true success for me is seeing something that you taught get passed down and then they grow and then they pass that down. So building a legacy is, I think, the most important thing.
Good. Very good.